Let's go through some more content here for the Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Reloaded update and how it could surprise us. Do we have enough content to last us until Season 2 all the way in February? Are we lacking 6v6 content? Is the focus just on Warzone? We'll go through all of that in this video. We're on the road to 110,000 subscribers on the channel, so be sure to subscribe for the latest Warzone 2 MW2 updates. Really do appreciate it, guys. But first up here, let me know down below, what is the one void that needs to be filled in the entire Call of Duty ecosystem right now? Do you want more Warzone 2 content? Are there not enough bug fixes, updates, etc. to that part of the game here? Do you guys think we need more DMZ updates, 6v6 updates, Spec Ops, campaign DLC? What is that big void that needs to be filled with more content? I mean, I think the biggest one right now is definitely, in my opinion, 6v6 content here. It was clear that the launch of Season 1 was mostly about Warzone 2. I mean, the roadmap gives you mostly Warzone 2 content. The Battle Pass is the entire game, of course. MW2 has a small section on the bottom left corner there with one new map at the launch of the season, and that's really it. You know what I mean? We barely got any actual 6v6 content there. Of course, we're getting a shipment for the Reloaded update, but for the launch of the season, barely any 6v6 stuff. The weapons as well, I guess, is a part of that, but that's the entire game overall. So we're definitely, you know, lacking some content on that front. But the real question is, was that done purposefully by IW? Will that void, lack of 6v6 content be filled with the Reloaded update? Is this something they're just waiting to do later on down the line, and the whole focus right now is really just on Warzone 2? I'm not so sure. It is very interesting, because as of now, the only real confirmed 6v6 content we have for the Reloaded update is the Shipment MP map, and then the Chimera, which is a weapon for, you know, all parts of the game overall. So is that really 6v6 content? I'm not so sure. I guess CDL Mosh Pit was just added. That is kind of fun. Not really what most people want to see. But so far, that's all we really have confirmed in terms of 6v6 content, which is very worrying to me. Will they surprise us with a bunch of new content for this Reloaded update? Potentially, hopefully, because, again, we talked about in a previous video, Season 2 releases all the way in the beginning of February, which is a pretty long time from now. That's over a month and a half from the Reloaded update. So if we only get a Shipment remake map, and that's all we have for 6v6 content for a month and a half until Season 2, is that enough content to keep us going? I'm not so sure. So let's go through some more stuff that they could surprise us with here for this new update, mostly in terms of 6v6. We can go through other stuff as well, but I want to start off with this because, again, to me, that's the biggest void that needs to be filled in this entire Call of Duty ecosystem. The big one here is honestly different game modes. These are modes that most people would definitely enjoy to see. The first one here was already in Modern Warfare 2019. It's the Infected mode. I'll put some clips up on screen. Credit will be down below. Infected is such an iconic mode, first added to Call of Duty back in MW3, where it was definitely the best iteration of Infected back then, but, you know, also in COD Ghost as well. I thought COD Ghost Infected was so fun. It was in previous games. I think it was in Advanced Warfare and other CODs, but it was in MW19. Not the best iteration of Infected in that game. You know, that's just my opinion. Let me know down below. But it overall was pretty fun. Infected is always a fun little game mode to, you know, go for high kill streaks, and you have relatively short matches. It just mixes things up among the normal game modes. Right now, in 6v6, you really don't have much variety. I think the third-person game mode is definitely the biggest variety we've seen, so I have to give them props for that. We do have that, but, you know, having Infected would make things a bit more interesting, and I think it's a pretty solid mode that most people would want to see return. Another one here also was already in MW19, Gun Game. A solid mode, nothing too special. It's been in almost every Call of Duty in the past, but it's a fun mode. Why not have it back in MW2? So Gun Game is another one that most people would welcome, and I don't know how development works. I'm not going to act like I know how much time this takes and how much effort it takes to make a game mode there, but I'm assuming it's relatively easy to add that into the game. I'm not so sure. Let me know if you're a game developer down below if it really is difficult to add, but I think Gun Game would be a fun one there. Another one here, which wasn't in MW19, but, you know, mostly is a Treyarch type of mode, which could easily be in MW2. Sticks and Stones, another solid fun mode there. I mean, Treyarch definitely is the leader in different party modes for MP. They do it the best. It kind of originated with them. You know, I have so many fun memories playing Sticks and Stones back in Black Ops 2 multiplayer especially. So fun. But in MW2, I feel like it could work pretty well. It could be a ton of fun. The problem is, though, we don't have a crossbow, I'm pretty sure. So maybe that won't work as of now. But if they do add one, or maybe change Sticks and Stones up to involve a different weapon, I'm not so sure. That would be cool. Obviously, infected gun game more likely to be added, but I think Sticks and Stones, if they find a way to do it, or if they add a crossbow, that could be a fun one there later on down the line. Another big one here that could easily start with this reloaded update is more in-game events that actually involve 6v6. Obviously, the game just came out, so it still is early, but we're entering the holiday season, Christmas, New Year's. It's right around the corner, and there's no signs of any type of holiday event, and I really hope they don't pass up this opportunity to have some type of fun holiday-themed event. And the Modern Warfare FC event was cool, but I don't consider that a 6v6 involved event because you're really just going in and voting, and you get a blueprint to use in multiplayer or Warzone, whatever, but there's no actual thing you're doing. Like, you're not hopping into a 6v6 mode, playing some stuff. You're not, you know, with Nuketown, they had a holiday-themed Nuketown in previous games. That's a fun event. That gets you in the vibe and the spirit, and, you know, that's different in my opinion. So for MW2, if they do have a holiday mode, hopefully, one, they have some type of holiday-themed event coming up very soon that would be announced and start probably at that mid-season update, which is December 14th. That would be the best timing there. And two, it actually involves 6v6 multiplayer, so, you know, actually remaking one of the maps and putting some snow on one of the current MP maps and having different holiday-themed blueprints you could earn by playing 6v6 multiplayer and also Warzone as well. Just involve the actual game like they did in previous Call of Duties. I mean, obviously this sounds pretty simple, but chances are that might not happen this year. So again, hopefully we have some stuff like that very soon. Now, obviously I've talked about this in previous videos, but you know, just straight up more maps. I've gone through this so many times before. More unique MP maps. Again, I don't know how hard or difficult it is to make these maps and what their plans are. Maybe they have other plans to give us much more 6v6 content later on down the line. For whatever reason, I guess that's good, but we need some more content soon. For remakes as well, I've talked so much about remakes. I don't want to go through this too much here, but we just got the news that apparently, not confirmed, but you know, the rumors and leaks are we're getting a castle remake in MW2. That's obviously the map from World at War. We just saw it remade in Vanguard. I mean, Castle, not my favorite map. I don't mind it being added, but why Castle? I don't really understand, honestly. So many other great maps they could bring back from the original MW2, like Terminal, High Rise, Subbase, Estate. So many fire maps there. Karachi, and again, the COD Ghost maps as well. Strike Zone, fire map. That would fit and play so well in this game, in my opinion. Whiteout, another fire one. Freight as well would be so sick. So maps like these, I feel like most people would rather see instead of Castle. Castle's not the worst map they could add, but I just don't understand why Castle. We just saw Castle in Vanguard last year. Don't really get it. It's not confirmed, so we don't know for sure, but I would much rather see all these other maps here, plus some more in MW2. So maybe they have some surprise maps for the Season 1 Reloaded update. Maybe it's not a remake, because we already have the Shipment remake, but maybe they add an extra uniquely made MP map out of nowhere. That'd be cool. Or some other stuff like that. Again, back to modes there. We talked about Gunfight. Gunfight is coming to MW2. We don't really know when it's happening, but maybe they could finally give us a surprise. Gunfight, Season 1 Reloaded, now live, and we also have 2 new Gunfight maps. I mean, we talked about a bunch of the Gunfight maps being leaked, so it's going to happen, but, you know, let's get it sooner than later before people get burnt out and tired of not having enough 6v6 content. And again, we have a pretty decent wait until Season 2, so if they hold off on that, I don't know if that's going to be the best outcome, so, you know, hopefully we get that sooner than later, preferably for this upcoming mid-season update. And again, I know everyone might not be the biggest fan of 6v6. There's a lot of people that are strictly playing DMZ, Warzone 2, and, you know, obviously you want them to focus on all parts of the game, but you want to make it feel balanced, and right now, in my opinion at least, it doesn't feel too balanced here. So obviously, I want updates for all parts of the game. I don't mind that Warzone 2 gets updates and DMZ and Spec Ops as well. I just want it to be relatively balanced here. And in my opinion, the biggest void that needs to be filled here, and the most surprises we need to see for this entire Call of Duty mid-season update, the most surprises should be from 6v6, but I don't mind other surprises as well. Of course, DMZ surprises would be a marketplace, in-game economy, stuff like that would be huge there. Of course, having that new DMZ map when the Warzone 2 Resurgence map comes out, that would be pretty sick. That's most likely some, you know, Season 2 content, but still, bringing that forward to Season 1 Reloaded would be super fire. Of course, we're getting raids as well. We're probably not going to get any other special surprises for Spec Ops there. Campaign DLC would be super sick later on down the line, but overall, again, we need more 6v6 content. So let me know down below what surprise 6v6 content you would want to see for this mid-season update releasing next week. Anything could happen, of course. You know, as of now, for 6v6, like I said, we're only getting shipment, and we're getting the Chimera, Honey Badger weapon, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, we need some more content, man. Ranked play maybe could be pushed ahead to Season 1 Reloaded. So, we'll see if we get that. But overall, let me know what you want to see down below. Be sure to subscribe for the latest MW2, Warzone 2, news, update videos like this. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.